What if I told you that somewhere in your loose change, maybe sitting inside a dusty old jar in your kitchen, there could be a single penny worth more than 1 cent, a coin so ordinary you've probably held hundreds just like it, but this one, this 1975 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, is no ordinary coin. Before you laugh, hold on, because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover why this humble penny could be your ticket to financial freedom, and how one mistake at the U.S. Mint turned an everyday coin into a piece of American treasure worth more than a mansion in Beverly Hills. Pause for tension. So before you toss the penny into a tip jar, you might want to grab a magnifying glass, because who knows, that worthless coin could be your early retirement plan. Let's rewind to 1975. The U.S. was changing fast. Gas prices were climbing, the Vietnam War had ended, and inflation made every penny count. Literally. At the Philadelphia Mint, millions of Lincoln pennies were struck, but somewhere, in the chaos of production, something strange happened. A handful of coins left the mint without a mint mark, meaning they carried no D for Denver or S for San Francisco, just the year 1975 and the iconic face of Abraham Lincoln staring proudly from the copper surface. To the untrained eye, it looked normal. But for collectors and numismatists, that missing mark signaled a minting anomaly, and anomalies in the coin world mean only one thing: value beyond imagination. At first, nobody noticed. These coins circulated quietly, through pockets, gas stations, and grocery stores, until one day, a sharp-eyed collector spotted something odd. A 1975 penny with no mint mark, yet with an unusual strike, sharper edges, deeper detail, and flawless luster. Soon after, news spread like wildfire. The coin world lit up. Could this be real? Or just another urban legend among coin hunters? Cliffhanger tone. And then, everything changed when one coin sold for a staggering $27.3 million at a private auction, instantly making it one of the most valuable pennies in U.S. history. Now, before you run to the couch cushions like a treasure hunter on a mission, take a breath. Not every 1975 penny will make you a millionaire. But here's the truth. Thousands of Americans have found valuable coins hiding in plain sight, in coffee cans, drawers, even taped to old photo albums by their grandparents. Here's the powerful truth. Rare coins, like the 1975 no-mint mark penny, are more than just metal. They're time capsules. Moments of American history preserved in copper, worth fortunes to those who recognize their rarity. If you want to know whether your 1975 penny could be the one, here's what to look for. Look for doubling in the numbers, die cracks, or misaligned designs. These raise value drastically. And if you find one that matches, get it graded immediately by a trusted certification company like PCGS or NGC. Because a small scratch or blemish can mean the difference between a few dollars and millions. Imagine this for a moment. You open an old jar from your childhood. Inside are a few tarnished coins from the 1970s. You glance down, and there it is. A 1975 penny, no mint mark, shining faintly in the light. You send it off for grading. Weeks pass. Then the call comes. Your coin has been verified. Your heart races as the appraiser tells you, "Sir, this is one of the rarest pennies ever discovered. Estimated value, $27.3 million. Soft pause. That's not just a dream. That's the story of people who believe their small discoveries could lead to something greater. Because wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street. Sometimes, it's found in your wallet. Right now, as you watch this, there could be millions of unsearched coins sitting quietly in circulation. The question is, will you be the one to find them? Don't wait for luck. Look for it. Check your change, search your jars, and dig through those old coin rolls. Because the next legendary penny might already be in your hand. Final crescendo. And when you find it, You won't just hold a coin. You'll hold a piece of history, a symbol of American legacy, and a path to true wealth. So, the next time you see a 1975 penny, don't just spend it. Asterisk, examine it. Asterisk, because 1 cent could be worth $27 million. If you found this story eye-opening, hit that like button. It tells me you're serious about discovering hidden treasures. Subscribe for more rare coin secrets, because next week we'll reveal the one nickel from the 1980s that could outshine even this penny in value. Remember, sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest fortunes. Stay curious, stay inspired, and maybe, just maybe, stay rich in copper. Outro music fades with cinematic finish. Would you like me to write a shorter 2-minute version of this same script optimized for YouTube Shorts or TikTok, keeping the same emotional power and cliffhanger structure? They say fortune favors the bold, but sometimes fortune hides in plain sight, right there, in your pocket. Imagine holding an ordinary 1989 Lincoln penny, dull, brown, forgotten. Now imagine that same coin being worth over $27.1 million. Sounds impossible, doesn't it? Beat of silence. But what if I told you that somewhere in the United States, one of those very pennies changed a life forever? This is not a myth. This is the story of how one small cent turned into a multi-million-dollar discovery, and how you could be holding the next one without even knowing it. Pause. Sound of a coin dropping on a table. Let's uncover the mystery behind the 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, and why it could make you a millionaire overnight. Background: gentle suspense music, gradually building. The year was 1989. George H.W. Bush had just stepped into the White House. The Berlin Wall was falling. And in the U.S. Mint, millions of Lincoln pennies rolled off the machines, each stamped with the proud image of Abraham Lincoln, the symbol of endurance and freedom. But something strange happened that year. Amid the billions of coins, a few left the mint without a mint mark, meaning no tiny D for Denver or P for Philadelphia. Now, you might think, asterisk. So what? Just a missing letter, right? Asterisk, here's where it gets fascinating and terrifying. Those missing marks meant a production error. And error coins, my friend, are the golden tickets of the coin world. Collectors crave them. Investors chase them. And when rarity meets demand, prices explode. Humorous tone reset. And yes, that penny you used to buy bubble gum in the 90s? It could have been worth more than your car, your house, and maybe your entire retirement fund combined. Pause. Slight laugh track sound effect. So what makes this 1989 no-mint mark penny so special? Experts discovered that a few coins from this year were struck on a bronze planchet instead of zinc, a leftover from pre-1982 production. That means the coin has a different weight, a richer tone, and a glimmer of history that no modern penny carries, and collectors went crazy for it. Background: emotional, cinematic music swells. One collector, an elderly man from Illinois, almost threw away his change jar before his grandson, a young coin hobbyist, decided to take a closer look. Buried inside the jar was a 1989 penny that didn't shine like the rest. No mint mark. He thought it was just old, until he placed it on a scale. The reading was 3.11 grams, not 2.5. That small detail revealed the truth. It was one of the ultra-rare bronze no-mint marked 1989 Lincoln cents. After professional grading and authentication, that coin was auctioned for a staggering $27.1 million. And here's the part that sends chills down your spine. Experts believe more of these coins exist, still hiding in old jars, desk drawers, and forgotten piggy banks. Let that sink in. You might be sitting on generational wealth without even knowing it. Pause. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've had pennies lying around for years. How do I know if mine is valuable? Good question. Here's what to look for. And if it looks different, trust your gut. Get it checked by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC, because the difference between ordinary and life-changing is often a single ounce of curiosity, background, slow build of intensity, echoing heartbeat sounds. Right now, millions of Americans are tossing their change without a second thought. 1 cent here, 1 cent there. But what if that next coin, the one sitting on your kitchen counter, is the one? What if your next dollar bill hides a $27 million secret? Every fortune begins with a single discovery, and the clock is ticking. Because the longer you wait, the fewer rare coins remain undiscovered, quietly vanishing from circulation, swallowed by time. So before you spend another penny, look closer. Your wealth, your legacy, and your freedom might just be hidden in your own pocket. If you found this story fascinating, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because every week we uncover coins worth small fortunes that could be sitting right in your home. And remember, we're not just searching for rare coins, we're searching for the moment that changes everything. So start checking your pennies. Your millionaire story might begin today with just 1 cent, pause, sound of a coin spinning, then dropping flat on the table. Would you like me to add a shorter 60-second viral version of this script too, optimized for YouTube Shorts and TikTok, with the same emotional power and cliffhanger structure? Imagine this: a single penny tossed into your pocket nearly 50 years ago, now worth $27.2 million. Sounds impossible, right? Well, don't blink. Because in this video, you're about to discover how one ordinary-looking 1976 Lincoln penny, the same one millions of Americans spent without a second thought, became one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. And who knows? You might just have one sitting in a jar right now. 1976, America's bicentennial year. Fireworks, freedom, and celebration were everywhere. But while the country was commemorating 200 years of independence, something extraordinary was quietly happening at the Denver Mint. Among billions of Lincoln pennies struck that year, a few, just a few, were minted with a hidden imperfection, a rare, almost invisible error that would go unnoticed for decades. You see, these weren't ordinary pennies. They were struck with a minting anomaly, a faint double die, and in some cases, a wrong metal composition that shouldn't even exist. And today, those tiny errors have transformed a humble 1 cent coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Now here's a question: have you ever checked the pennies lying in your kitchen drawer? Because if not, you might be ignoring your retirement fund. Yeah, I know. It sounds funny, but it's true. Let's rewind for a moment. The 1976 Lincoln penny features the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a portrait that's graced the coin since 1909. But the real secret isn't the design, it's the details. Most 1976 pennies were made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. However, a tiny batch was mistakenly struck on experimental planchets, coins that used an alternate metal composition or a misaligned die. Strike point: one of these extremely rare specimens was recently discovered and authenticated, and when it hit the auction floor, collectors went absolutely wild. The hammer dropped at $27.2 million, a record-breaking sale that stunned even the most seasoned numismatists. Just think about that for a second. A coin that once bought a stick of gum, now worth more than a Beverly Hills mansion. Pattern interrupt. Playful tone makes you want to check your couch cushions, doesn't it? But here's the truth most people don't realize. This story isn't just about luck. It's about opportunity and timing. Every rare coin collector, every seller who struck gold with their old pennies, they all started with the same thought: I'll check later. But later never came, until it was too late. So let me ask you, if you knew a penny sitting in your drawer could be worth a life-changing fortune, would you still ignore it? Because right now, hidden in circulation, are thousands of coins just like the 1976 coins with double dates, off-center strikes, missing mint marks, and strange metallic compositions that make them astronomically valuable. And if you got one, your life could change overnight. Here's what you need to do. Find every 1976 D Lincoln penny asterisk you can. Check for asterisk unusual shine, weight, or coloration. If it looks different, even slightly, do not spend it. Instead, have it professionally graded. Cliffhanger moment, lower voice, because the next $1 million penny could be yours. Remember, the people who found those rare pennies weren't millionaires. They were regular folks, teachers, truck drivers, single parents, who simply decided to look closer. That's the beauty of coin collecting. It's not just history, it's hidden wealth, waiting to be discovered by someone with just enough curiosity to look twice. So before you go to bed tonight, grab that old jar of change, because if fate favors you, you might wake up tomorrow with a $27 million story of your own. Don't forget to subscribe, because next time, we're revealing another Lincoln penny that could make you a millionaire overnight. Your pocket change isn't just spare money. It's a hidden treasure chest. Go find it. Would you like me to add timestamps and on-screen text cues? Like, show coin close-up, display auction footage, zoom on doubling example. To make this video script ready for production? Let's rewind for a moment. Back to 2014. A year when the U.S. Mint produced over 3.9 billion Lincoln pennies. Billions. And out of all those coins, a handful were struck with rare minting errors so unusual that coin collectors and historians now call them the asterisk ghost pennies. Asterisk why ghost? Because these coins don't have a mint mark. An O, P for Philadelphia, no D for Denver. Just the face of Abraham Lincoln, staring into history, and quietly holding millions in value. Now here's where things get fascinating. Most 2014 pennies are only worth 1 cent, but a few, and I mean very few, have errors so microscopic that only the trained eye or a magnifying glass can reveal their secret. Some have double die strikes, meaning the image of Lincoln appears slightly shadowed or doubled. Others have off-center misprints, or even a rare planchet error, where the coin was struck on the wrong metal. And then, there are those without a mint mark, the ones that shouldn't exist, the ones that slip through the cracks of the mint's perfection. Collectors call them the miracles of minting. And when one surfaced at a private auction, it sold for a record-breaking $27.5 million. Think about that for a moment. A coin worth less than a gumball suddenly becomes a ticket to a lifetime of wealth. That's not just luck, that's destiny in your pocket. Makes you want to dump out your change jar, doesn't it? Don't worry, I did the same thing when I heard this story. But here's where it gets interesting. How does a regular penny, something printed by the billions, turn into a coin worth more than a mansion? It's all about rarity and condition. Experts say the highest value 2014 no mint mark penny was struck on a bronze planchet, not the typical zinc-coated steel used after 1982. That tiny difference in metal composition made it one in several billion. Combine that with a flawless mint state, and suddenly, it's not a penny anymore. It's a collector's dream. There may be more of these pennies still out there, in piggy banks, jars, or buried in couch cushions. So the next time you see a 2014 penny with no mint mark, don't ignore it. You see, stories like these remind us of something powerful, that wealth isn't always hiding behind locked vaults or high walls. Sometimes it jingles quietly in your pocket, waiting to be discovered. Every great fortune starts with curiosity. Every millionaire story begins with one moment of realization. So don't dismiss the little things. Don't underestimate what's in your hands right now, because that one coin, that one overlooked detail, could rewrite your future. Now, if you're thinking, all right, how do I know if my penny's the real deal? Here's what to do next. Step 1. If there's, you might be looking at something special. Step 2. Inspect the surface. Any doubling, misalignment, or unusual shine could signal an error. Step 3. Get it appraised. Contact a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They're the gatekeepers of true coin value. And Step 4. Don't sell it to just anyone. Serious collectors and auction houses can offer exponentially higher prices than casual buyers. Remember, opportunity does it knock twice. Every day, rare coins are being found by ordinary people. And every day, someone's life changes forever because of it.so. Before you spend that penny, ask yourself one question. The path to wealth doesn't always start with luck. Sometimes it starts with awareness.so. Keep your eyes open, your heart inspired, and your change jar ready. Because the next time you reach for a penny, you might just be holding your $1,000,000 miracle. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe, because next time we'll uncover another hidden treasure that could be sitting right in your pocket. And who knows, that penny you pick up today might just make you a millionaire tomorrow. Would you like me to include on-screen visuals and text prompts, like what should appear on screen or what kind of B-roll to show, to make it production ready for your faceless YouTube video? That would help boost viewer retention and emotional engagement dramatically.